Well, I mean, we've definitely invested in technology. We invested in some technology that kind of took us to a certain point, and then we topped out at it, and so we had to step back and punt. But a heavy investment in project management and job management is where we were really struggling as we continued to grow. Was having all the information communicated effectively and to be able to collaborate with it, so that everybody that was involved with this particular project was able to gather that information. But even just on the standard day-to-day service calls, to make sure that we got them in a timely manner, process followed through, they were invoiced effectively, and that was our biggest growth. There was just making sure that every job that we did was actually billed. And so technology it filled that huge gap immediately. And then as time's gone on, it's allowed us to get better analytics on our sales and our we can hopefully look at trends and try to predict some things, but also just keep a constant eye on the business, an immediate eye on what's happening, where we're at, customers that we're dealing with, and how we can improve that customer service experience overall.
Moving everything to the cloud has been very big benefit to us, because we've been able to move information, all of our information, to the cloud. So essentially having one big repository where we can put all of our information, and then when we need to know something, we can query in a quick couple of minutes of search and find out just about anything we need to know about a customer, about a job, about the history with a customer, about numbers over the last several years. As Chad said, pulling statistics and things like that, following trends. So just having the ability, as opposed to as we were growth in the earlier days before we grew, we had a couple of guys involved, and all that information was in our head. It was in filing cabinets. It was spread about, and so it was sometimes a task trying to track the information down, trying to determine who did it, who knew about it, what they did with the information that they collected. And so over the years, what we've done is build a system in the cloud where all the information goes, and so it's you're no longer relying on a person, on what they remember. You're no longer relying on a piece of paper that is going to get misplaced, but everything is going to one place. And then 3 years from now, when you have a question about it, it's just a keyword search to find the answer.
Sure. So we start from the very beginning, from the original call. The customer places a service call. It goes directly into the work order management system, which is web-based. They take that information. It's then assigned to the technician. So they immediately, as soon as it's assigned to the technician, they immediately have access on their mobile device, and that's all web-based on the cloud. From that, they have immediate access to the contact information for that customer, the history of what we've done for the customer. Any type of keying records, special instructions, it all follows that same information from the cloud. It immediately then gives them access to directions how to get there, and then they're able to bill out, complete the task, add in additional records, or whatever the case may be, from their mobile device right there on the job site. So it saves us from having to transport information back and forth from the job site to the office, or wait for that information to roll in the next 24 hours. It's immediately done right at that very second. It also is a huge benefit for the technician on site, because they can pull that immediate history of, if someone was there 2 hours earlier doing lock work, they know exactly what was done.
We introduced iPads into the field most recently. Before that, we had laptops. When we pushed the laptops out, we had a lot of pushback. A lot of employees weren't comfortable using computers, comfortable with the cellular connections and things like that, and so we did have a lot of pushback. When we pulled those in and we pushed the iPads out, we actually had employees embracing it and actually asking us, when are we going to get our iPad? When are we going to get our iPad? So it was a total different experience when we pushed the iPads out. And I think because it was just so much more of a consumer-based product, and everybody was using it, everybody wanted to use it, they were very receptive to it, and they even, after several months, came back in showing us things that they had learned that they could do that would make their jobs easier, and they were sharing it with other tech. So it was a total different experience when we went that route. Without adopting the technologies that we did, we would not even be halfway to where we are today. We were hitting a wall then, as I said, trying to find a way to filter information and keep it relevant and keep it available. And we had grown to the point where it was starting to affect our customers. And so by taking the step then to look forward and start adopting things that would benefit us years to come, and now we have all that back data to back it up, it has allowed us to continue, the growth cycle, the growth spurt that we started. Has allowed us to keep that going in a positive direction.
Yeah, we've had some growth this year in revenue, and we've also spread out and added some more space to our office and shop area as well. So we do have some interstate signage now, and so just continuing with our branding as in the market area, and just we've positioned ourselves to be able to take on larger projects. Has been the biggest thing. So we have a lot more space to spread out in our shop.
We've got 6 trucks on the road. We've got one that's in the process of being outfitted that will go on the road early next year.
My advice to bring MSC to more technology-based operations is really to keep it simple at first. Understand what you're trying to accomplish with it, and kind of start from that angle. Because there's so much stuff out there that you can get swamped with everything and all these different tools and tricks that you can use. If you keep it simple to kind of step into it, then it can give you more results at the finish. If you try to take it all on at once, then you'll be overwhelmed and you're not going to accomplish anything. I would also encourage anybody to look towards the cloud, to stay away from software-based applications, because it will tie you down into a technology that's most likely older, and it's not going to give you as much growth ability.
Just take it one step at a time, and remember that you have to start somewhere. And so it's more important to start than to worry about where you're going to finish. So just get started and then find your way, because technology is going to change before you get to where you want to be anyway. So waiting to start is not beneficial.